First stage of the sandwich prep. Second stage of sandwich prep. Third stage. So this is fourth stage. This is the chopping phase. This is the exciting bit. Okay, so this is it. This is the sandwich. I'm super excited about chowing down on this before training session today. So, of course, I won't be training fasted. But you know what? It's Saturday, so that is okay. Okay, so it's 750 pull-ups. That's the target for today. So Saturday, we're on today. 750 pull-ups with a 2.5 kilogram weight. Then it's Monday, 750 pull-ups with the weight, Tuesday, and then Wednesday. Now, if I complete today, and I complete Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday being the final day in January, then that will mean that I've completed the 10,000 pull-ups challenge in January with the 2.5 kilogram weight. So there are no guarantees with anything. I always say this, but there are obvious things that can be done. So the input parts, remember, I always say you cannot manage the result. The result will be the result. The outcome will be the outcome. But I can manage the activity to achieve the result, to achieve the desired outcome, which is the 10,000 pull-ups. So the challenge, as you know, has got progressively harder as the days have gone on because I've had a little bit of illness in there and just with work commitments and whatnot. So things have rolled up. So it's gone from 500 pull-ups each session to 750 pull-ups each session. So right now, what I like to do is I like to reflect on those moments that I've been through, those journeys that I've been through. And sometimes, and this might sound like an unusual technique, but sometimes I like to remind myself of the failures that I've actually come through, because that then leads me onto that path of the positive high frequency, because the failure that I had brings me through and pulls me through, because then the next memory recall is when I surpassed that, when I came through, and that's good stuff. So in, I want to say 2019, I'd probably say at that point I was at the peak fitness for myself. I was doing lots of different types of calisthenics, body weight movements. So I was doing muscle ups, weighted muscle ups, large volumes of muscle ups and pull ups. I was really pushing myself. I was in deep prolonged fasts. I was trying lots of different biohacking techniques, and it was a great place for me. It was a great place. And then I got shingles. And if you don't know what shingles is, you can Google it. But essentially, it took hold of me. I'd got about, I think it was about 45 to 50 centimeters of nerve damage around the left-hand side of my ribs. So if you imagine right now going just above the belly button to the left-hand side, and then wrapping all the way around the body, right round to my back, it was covered in blisters, and those blisters started to very slowly deteriorate, and of course it started to kill off the nerves. So it was excruciating pain. Now at that time I was training a lot, so I went from training literally 5, 6, maybe sometimes 7 days a week of high intensity training to doing nothing, to doing absolutely nothing. And do you know what? My mental health suffered at this point 100%, because you imagine taking away that level of routine, that level of discipline, and say no, there'll be none of that. Even walking was difficult to do. So it was literally crunching my sides. It was that painful, and because of the medication that I was on, I wasn't able to drive or do any of the things that I would normally do. So I felt very isolated. I was pretty much restricted to being housebound, if you will. And I really leaned into self-development during this point. So I read a lot of books. Audible was definitely a go-to for me. And I upskill myself in different ways. I learned how to occupy my mind and keep my mind focused and keep my mental health where it needed to be, because it was really difficult. I put on weight. But you know what? Aside from putting on the weight, it was just the fact that I was unable to train, because physical training for me releases amazing hormones in the body. This is science. This is a fact. We've got incredible hormones that get released, and that level of physical training, when we physically train, it invokes wonderful things and it impacts our mental health beautifully. So physical training absolutely positively impacts mental health and our mental well-being. So when it declined for me, I had to keep myself occupied. And at the time, I got involved in so many different things. I'll share that another time. But the point that I wanted to say was this: that was a blip. That was a life situation. They were dark times, and I honestly didn't know whether I'd come through it. And I certainly didn't bounce back straight away, diving into muscle ups and things like that. It was not like that. I had to start all over again, baby steps, retrain myself, retrain the pull-ups, use the resistance bands to train that movement for specificity training. My physiology was completely different, so I couldn't train the same way that I would normally train. But I accepted this. So I accepted the situation, and by leaning into acceptance, I personally believe that helped aid my mental health recovery, because the physical health was down to nutrition, sleep, meditation, nutrition, all the things that you can imagine. But the headspace, the mental side of it, was me walking into a training facility and, almost thinking, I used to be the guy that was doing this. Now I'm not doing that. I'm right at the beginning. And I had to wrap my head around it. And I did think, like other people will be thinking, what's going on with this guy? Where's he at? He normally does this, that, and the other. But the truth is, they're just the thoughts. They're the stories that I'm telling myself. Everyone was superbly kind. Superbly kind. People are awesome. So, right now, when I take those moments of life situations where possibly there were failures or downtimes, I remind myself of how I've come through those and how it's been absolutely incredible. And there's been a few of them. I'll share more with you, but that was just one situation that sticks with me, and it's still here now physically. There are mornings that I wake up and that nerve damage, it still reminds me, because it takes a long time to repair. And sometimes it feels numb on this side, or I get these pulls or twinges. It's really weird, but anyway, it's something that I'm learning to live with. So, with that said, when I take those moments, I then sink into the good stuff, the coming through it, the bouncing back, the literally every second counts, inch by inch, pulling myself back to the person that I am today. And you know what? I'm not the same person as I was back in 2018, 2019. I'm continuously developing, I'm continuously learning, and I'm continuously on this journey. So, right now, it's 750 pull-ups, and I'm grateful to be saying that to you. But there are no guarantees, so let's get to it. So, do you remember me saying about the camera stand that I had? This is the one I got it off Amazon, and you know what? It is decent. Something went wrong with it. I think it was my fault, so I don't think it was this camera stand. But you know what? It's a pretty decent one. It extends well, so you can have it landscape, portrait. But this is my resolve right here. So this is Gorilla Tape. Good old Gorilla Tape to fix the problem. It would have been so easy for me to just order a new one off Amazon, but listen, I'm not built that way. So I like to fix stuff. So we'll see how we get on with it. As soon as the camera falls off, the phone falls off, I'll get a new one. But until then, this will do it. Okay, stretching out for me is really important. So I always talk about this, just getting those nice stretches in there. So the dead hangs they're a winner. Just allows me to elongate all of my tendons, stretch out the muscles, the ligaments, and it's wonderful. Really, really nice. So I'll probably spend maybe 5-10 minutes, something like that, stretching out. I do stretches before I come here as well. Just some body weight stretches, yoga type stretches, just as I'm packing up my gym bag, ready to head out. So when I come in here, I'm relatively warmed up, stretched out, trying to get that blood flow going, all that sort of stuff, but not get the heart rate too heavy. I don't want my brain thinking, right, let's engage because I'm going to embark on something really fast and quick. No, I want to be very, very cool, very calm, very collected, and get ready for the pull-ups. So I'm going to chalk up now. Let's get to it. It's very soothing. So check this out. So literally right now I'm down to almost the remaining parts of my chalk. But check out this absolutely beautiful little iceberg. That's what we're calling this. This is the iceberg. That right there, that could... Do you know what? That could probably see me through for the year, that. Maybe. But sometimes they have a habit when they go in my climbing bag of just crushing up and just turning into powdered chalk. But right, we're using this today. This is the iceberg effect. Let's get the iceberg on there. Let's get the mitts sorted. Beautiful. Okay, so that's 50 pull-ups in so far. I'm reminded of something right now because I just did some pull-ups and my grip wasn't where it needed to be. I did continue on. It was about the third pull-up in. I just thought my grip isn't right, and part of this will be because I've got the new skin, because I've got rid of the calisthenics and I've got that fresh skin that's come through. So it just didn't feel right on the left-hand side, and I think this is something that I just want to really highlight. That is so important. Okay, so my preferred grip, as you may or may not know, is I like to go pronated, which is hands over the bar, and I don't go thumbs under, I go thumbs over the bar as well, like that. Okay, that is my grip. That's what it looks like. In fact, let me try and put the camera up here to try and get that view on the top. So that's what it looked like. So that bit of the thumb will just almost like rest on the bar like that. Now, that grip for me is beautiful, and I perform literally all of my pull-ups doing that grip. So here's the issue. If I just go on the bar and don't just sort of place my hand on there and don't sort of get a little feel for what's going on, then there's a chance that I'll get a little nick of skin that'll grip together, and then I'll start to do the pull-ups, and what'll happen is I'm in the process then of getting, it might be hard to see here, but it starts to go really red and then it starts to go white on the fresh skin. It is painful, but putting that aside, what's happening there is it's going to start to roll the skin out even further. So it's going to impact me over time. Now, if I was just doing, say, 5 pull-ups, I wouldn't even notice, or a small volume, I wouldn't even notice. But given the fact I'm going to do a large volume, hand on the bar, obviously I place it here, this is where I'm going. I just wanted to show you what it's like on the straight part of the bar. But even if I'm going here, I like to get the hand placed on the bar and think, right, that is the grip for me. Same on the right, and then off I pop. And I just think I didn't get it right on the last one, so I'm calling myself on it. But what I do is I make sure that I've got something to stand on. So I'm 6 foot, but it's a tall rig. I could jump up to the bar, no problem. But if I jump up to the bar, I'm going to get that skin drag, and that skin drag is not going to serve me for the long run. Remember, this is endurance. So I'll stand on this Techno Gym box here. It could be anything. I could pile up weights. It really doesn't matter. So I can go to the bar and I can place my hand on it, left hand, right hand, and then pop off and go. So I just wanted to highlight the importance of grip, and that literally every movement counts. Okay, so I'm into block 3 now. Really interesting, but I'm perspiring a bit more today, and I don't know why that is. Genuinely, I've been at this point, I've done 750 pull-ups before, and it looks like I've not even broken a sweat. But today I'm feeling it a bit more. Not sure why that is. I don't know. No major concerns. I'll tell you how I do feel though, with the hands. Honestly, it feels like very fresh, very new skin, which of course it is. So I can imagine that if you're starting your pull-ups for the first time and you've done an amount, say whatever that number is, and your hands feel sore afterwards, I'm there with you. I feel your pain, but you know what? It will pass. 100% it'll pass. So all this now will start to callus down, which is what I want, 100%, and then things become easier. When it's really smooth like this as well, the chalk doesn't stick as much to the skin. It's almost like the skin becomes a little bit more oily. That's how it feels anyway. So I'm definitely going through more chalk at the moment. But yeah, feeling good. A couple of things that I'm doing different today. Hang on one sec, let me just show you. So I'm just changing up the grip a little bit. So I'm still sticking with the wide pronated thumbs over grip, but I'm also going for the straight bar part here, which is, it's only narrow, it's only this bit. As soon as you go to this bit, it's angled. So I'm diving in there with some pull-ups on this as well. Why am I doing that? Honestly, I'm just shocking up the body just to do something a little bit different, and I can feel that. It's really weird when I do, almost like the narrow grip pull-ups. It feels a little bit uncomfortable, if I'm honest. Like, almost like, how does my body bend that way? Because I've been used now to doing it at this wide grip. So I suppose that's why I want to just do a couple on that. So it's different, we'll see how we get on. So I never take anything for granted. So I've just been having a really good conversation with somebody in here. We've not spoke before, but we've sort of crossed paths in the gym. And what's really nice is just finding out about their journey and what they're doing. And yeah, listen, I do get asked about how many pull-ups I'm doing today, how many in a row, why did it start, all that sort of stuff. And it's interesting when I talk about it, I remember my memory goes back really to when I couldn't do those things as opposed to what I'm doing right now. Honestly, it's crazy. Like, talking to you right now, I know that I'm in the middle of doing the pull-up challenge, but automatically when I talk about it, I want to think about when I wasn't doing that, when I wasn't doing that challenge, and the struggles that I had trying to perform the pull-up. Yeah, I don't know, I suppose it sort of, I know, keeps me grounded maybe. Keeps me grounded. I definitely don't take it for granted. And whenever I reach that moment where I've hit that target for the day, whatever it is, so whether it's, like today, the 750 pull-ups, I honestly, in that moment, I'm grateful because I don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. The only thing that is real is this moment right now. And this is the bit that I'm living in. And then the day after, and the day after, and the day after, I get to use memory recall, and I get to tap into those moments of brilliance, those moments of success, of achieving that thing that I want to achieve. But I do reflect on how things have gone, i.e. what was the journey like? Is there anything that didn't go according to plan? If so, why? Was there anything that I could have done about that on the journey? Yes, no. It's kind of like the IFTTT approach. If this, then that. I really take that process and I apply it so it keeps me focusing on my continual performance improvement. But anyway, some beautiful conversations today, and yeah, I'd probably say, if you are doing your pull-ups and you want to up your game, if you will, if you want to do more, think, what do you want to do that day? Do you want to do more pull-ups that day in the aggregate, in the total, i.e. leave the gym and say I've done X number today. So let's just say that number's 20, whereas normally you do 10. Okay, you can focus on that and then break it down. How are you going to do 20? Are you going to do 4 sets of 5 reps max? Are you going to do 2 sets of 10 reps max? Are you just going to do 20 reps in a row? What are you going to do? And once you understand that for you, that's when you can really start to build out projects and really challenge yourself, whatever that is, whether you want to get that number up. So go really high and say, right, I want to leave the gym today and I want to make sure that I've done, say, 40 pull-ups, 50 pull-ups, whatever it is, or more than that, I have no idea, whatever it is. Get connected to your why you want to do that thing, and work backwards from it. That's how I plan it out. So when I said I want to do 100,000 pull-ups as a challenge, I scale it back, I break it down, I go very, very, very small to go big, small to go big to hit that number. So break it down, break it down, break it down. Invariably, it always comes down to one movement, one pull-up at a time, owning that pull-up, understanding all of the component parts that go into that pull-up. And this is no different in business, you know. I met people in January who are starting a brand new year, brand new job. So brand new job, brand new company, starting a brand new fitness regime, and lots of day ones going on there. That's a lot to unpack, you know. So the hippocampus part of the brain is going to be absorbing lots of new, fresh information, meeting new people in the work environment, getting that laptop, getting used to setting up all your profiles, meeting your teams, all that sort of stuff, as well as starting your new training regime for the very first time. So a lot of new things. It can be overwhelming, but always connect to your why. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this new job role? Why am I doing this new challenge? Sink down into that, connect to that, feel that, and then you can start to build into, okay, right, let's plan it out. So you start to incorporate your new training plan, your new training regime into your working week, in and around your working week, whatever it may be. Anyway, I've unpacked a bit there, but some great conversations today. I've got more pull-ups to do, so let's talk. Let's get to it. Oh, that is the 750 pull-ups done. Do you know what? It's been an absolutely amazing day today. So there's a guy here called Jake. He's a lovely, lovely guy, and we just got chatting. And basically, we've done some pull-ups together. So really nice pull-ups as well. That's Jake, and it was just nice to do it. So it was right towards the end, and be getting into the realms of block 6, block 7, and then block 8, and it was just good. It was good. I like that. I like that experience, should we say? It was good. So shared some hints and tips, and I believe they helped. I believe they helped Jake. He's really, really good pull-ups, but yeah, what a session. So Saturday, 750 pull-ups done. It's chill out time now, and it's chill out time for Sunday. And I'm back to it on Monday. But you know what? All I want to say to you is this. Listen, just remember, at one point in my life, I couldn't even do one pull-up. So whatever it is, that thing that you want to do, that one thing, make it your focus. Make it important. Connect to it. Connect to why you want to do that thing, and then just start your journey and experience the failures along the way. Share those with people. Ask people about certain things. Try and find that community piece. It'll keep you humble, keep you grounded, and it'll keep you pushing yourself. It'll keep you pushing yourself along. Listen, I love solo challenges. I love solo pursuits. I love doing stuff in solitude. But like today's reminded me, I met a great person, and we've just done some training, and I've helped them, and you know, it's been a great experience. Right, I'm chatting on now. Have an amazing day. Whatever you're doing, wherever you are in the world, thank you so much for staying with me on this journey. I'll see you soon.